Hello and welcome back to the B&P Blitz podcast. I'm Brendan alongside my partner Peyton, and today we're going over almost everything this week as we have a huge slate of things starting, things ending, and some good football.
There's all the sports
Last
are
week
playing
was
right
good.
now.
Yeah, all sports are playing. So we got, of course, going to go over college football games from last week, like always. Go over NFL games from last week, and then go over what's happening this weekend as well. And then we're going to get into the MLB playoffs because the wild card round just finished up yesterday, and then we're going to have the divisional round, of course, coming up this weekend. We're going to talk about what we think is going to happen in all those series, go over the wild card round just a little bit, and then we're going to kind of go over a little bit of the Ryder Cup because it was a little bit disappointing, but we'll get into that later. And then finally, I'm probably going to lead this, but the NHL starts next Tuesday, in fact. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit just to get Payne involved in the hockey world, hopefully this year.
I'm gonna watch a lot more games this year. I'm gonna try and get into it.
Yeah, so we're going to hope to go with that. And Payne, you want us to get us started on college football from this past week?
Yeah, before we even go into that, we got to go into our pick sheets. So once again, I won by 2 in the NFL. So I went 9 for 16. Brendan went 7 for 16, and that leaves us. I'm 48 for 64 on the season. He's 42 for 64. So we're only 6 apart. But once again,
it just doesn't feel like that close. It feels like I'm getting worked every week. It feels like I don't know anything about sports.
Yeah. And then college football, this is the one that really makes you mad because I always win all the close games. I went 33 for 49, and he went 27 for 49. So
I don't think I've won a week. I think I've only split a week.
Did I win? You've tied one.
I was about to say.
We tied one.
I think it was like week 2.
Yeah, I'm 159 for 203, and then you're 148. So I'm up by 11. But again, I won the week, but again, we're both keeping it close.
Yeah, I just don't even have anything to say anymore. I just feel like I'm losing aura and knowledge of the sport as we go.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
But getting into the actual games, we had Florida State versus Virginia, which
can we give her a quick round of applause for an actual good week of football? Pretty much.
It was amazing.
The reason I'm glazing it is because the following week doesn't look very good.
Yeah. If you think about it, the first 2 games we were talking about here both into double overtime. We had Florida State at Virginia and Oregon at Penn State, which, before we go any farther...
Can we talk about the field storming? Or
yes.
or do we want to talk about the Florida State fumbled ball in the end zone that they didn't call a touchdown because he never had clear possession?
Yeah,
both of those are good.
But I think the funny thing is the guy getting trampled.
Oh my!
We just see the Florida State guy just fall.
I honestly want to know how he's doing. I want to know. I didn't see anything on if he's okay because I don't think he got hurt bad. But if you watch the clip, you can see where he is. There's a group of people that look like they're stumbling, and nobody stopped or anything.
There's no walls. Where are the walls of the stadium?
I remember a clip a few minutes later that they showed a wide clip of all the students on the field, and you could see him slowly walking off the field with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I was and yeah, that is the most insane student section design ever. There's no wall. There's no impediment. As soon as the play was over, as soon as they saw that ball fall, it was a 40-yard dash to the quarterback or whoever they were trying to get to.
It was not good. And I've seen a lot of POVs of
just
people running on the field, and I'm guys, there's a football player under you.
The reason this they work so well is because people have to get over something, so it takes time, and the players get a little bit extra time to get off the field. But those people were just it's straight sprint. There's no there's no gap. There's no nothing to stop them, and
exactly.
And cool and all, the whole hill idea, student section, kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just poorly executed in the moment, I think. But
yeah. Oregon, Penn State, college game day game. Really good game. I expected Oregon to actually win by more. I didn't expect that game to go to overtime. To be fair, that game should have never gone to overtime.
Oh no, I don't know how.
Oregon basically
was
blew
up
that game.
2 touchdowns late in the game.
Exactly. They were up. I think they were up 10 at one point.
Yep.
I think it was 24 to or 20 to 10 or something like that. And so it was. Yeah, they kind of blew that game, but you know what? They came out with the win. I'm not shocked by that. Penn State continues to show their fraudulent. They're fraudulent against ranked teams.
I just can't with Drew Aller right now. After that game, he just doesn't. For
Josh
how much
Allen
experience? Without the speed and the I just can't. It just for how much experience he has in college football, he should be one of the best college football quarterbacks, 100%. And he's just not.
He's
not even close. Dante Moore outplayed him, and he is considerably younger and had so much less experience going to a whiteout game.
Yeah.
But also, I'm just gonna complain one more time just because it's fun to complain. The broadcast for this game did a horrible job of making you feel like it was a whiteout game. The crowd mic, whoever was running the crowd mic, had it on like the lowest volume ever to where you couldn't hear the atmosphere. Like you knew it was a whiteout game because you could slightly hear it, but like you remember, obviously go back to like the 2019 against Michigan or whatever year it was when Shea Patterson and Mo Bamba, ESPN had that crowd mic like almost as loud as the broadcasters, and you felt like you were there. This game, I didn't feel immersed. Now, to be fair, it was after we lost to Baylor and we were all a little depressed and tired. But still, I didn't feel immersed into like the game, and I'm kind of disappointed in like the way NBC decided to do that. And ESPN needs to get on top of that game next year and make sure that they can.
Yeah, Ole Miss Alabama really wasn't much of a game, but at the same time, Ole Miss took care of business. I mean, Ole Miss came out strong. LSU it was 13-3 at almost the end at halftime, and I mean, from the get go, Ole Miss had that, and with a backup quarterback, may I add. I mean, sure, he is an amazing quarterback, 314 yards, and he ran for 71, but at the same time, he is a backup quarterback, and the fact that game ended in Ole Miss's favor, I was shocked personally.
Yeah, I mean, I was too. I mean, I thought it would be closer probably just because it's at Ole Miss, but I thought this was the year for the Nuss Bus and LSU to kind of control their destiny, and this just doesn't look pretty at all. Like, I get it's the SEC, and there's no way probably a team's ever going to go undefeated anymore in the SEC for the most part with the way that it is, but...
So, with that statement, how many wins can you have and make the SEC champion? How many losses can you have and make the SEC championship?
Probably 2.
2? Okay.
I mean, didn't Georgia have 2 last year, I think? I mean...
Speaking of Alabama, Georgia, I mean, great game. Again, Alabama seemed like they controlled the rock most of the game.
Yeah, Georgia came out really slow, really slow in that game.
Ended Georgia's 33. Yeah, ended Georgia's game home streak, 33 games. I mean, that's tough to do.
Yeah, going into Georgia,
great game.
Probably an underrated atmosphere.
Yeah,
compared to what some of the SEC schools get glazed about. But do you want a big shout out, Bama? I'm kind of a biased Bama fan because of family back home, but I didn't say they'd win, so I kind of got scolded for that in our games because I said Georgia was going to win. I chose Georgia. I will never doubt Bama again, as we will see, because I'm not doubting Bama this week. So high tide, forever and always. High tide.
It's kind of like the Eagles. You don't choose them until you don't pick against them until they lose.
Yep.
And then our last game, USC and Illinois, game-winning field goal by Illinois by the way, I just want to add this: 23 versus 21, and we had a field storming.
I get it. It was a walk-off field goal. I get it, cool, but
we can't
ranked
do that.
Matchups. Like, I know you saw like Virginia do it, and you're like, I got to do that, but
yeah, again,
it doesn't look good.
Great game. Field storming was very unnecessary, but you know what? Game-winning field goal, you have to include it on some of the best games of the week.
Yeah. And good for Illinois to bounce back there after they got absolutely worked by Indiana. So,
yeah. Well, it was a good week, and you know this week isn't very good.
Oh my gosh!
I'll be honest. When I was making the scripts for this, I was trying to find good games.
The struggle.
And I found 2.
Yeah, I was about to say you found 2, and then you kind of just said, "I'm a Texas fan. Let me slot this one in there."
I tried to put Texas in there, Texas, Florida, but of course Oklahoma State will cover too. But the 2 games that I put on here were Miami at Florida State and Alabama, in Alabama, Vanderbilt. I don't see Florida State having a chance in this game after their performance against Virginia and how Miami's looked. Now, don't get me wrong, Carson Beck has looked kind of rough in the last few games, but also they're number 3. They're undefeated. There's really nothing I can say negative about them. They've played some really good teams. They played USF. They played Notre Dame. They know what they're doing. They're playing games. They're winning the games. Florida State just lost to Virginia. And you know what? Maybe they're fraudulent. Maybe it was just a bad day. But I still have Miami winning by maybe 10 points, 2 touchdowns here.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that would worry me is they're going to Florida State, and that's a tough environment, obviously, and a night game. But even then, like, this is probably, I think, Miami's last difficult game that they're probably going to play a ranked opponent.
I saw the rest of their schedule. It's really
so,
easy.
like, if they lose this game, especially, like, I don't know. But I will say, I'm sure everyone's like, this is an easy game for Miami. This shouldn't be that bad, especially after the way Florida State played. Florida State lost to Virginia. I know that, but they could still put up a fight. I still think Miami wins easily, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's close for a little bit.
Well, speaking of the team that did end up beating Florida State, we have Alabama for Vanderbilt, which again, we know how this game went last year. Vanderbilt came out with a win, but at the same time, I just can't see it happening again. 3-1 Alabama, 5-0 Vanderbilt. I mean,
Pretty impressive for Vanderbilt.
again, you said it just with the Florida State. You're in Tuscaloosa. You're at Bryant Denning Stadium. I don't see them coming out with a win here. I think Alabama wins by a touchdown, maybe
I think
10 points.
Alabama wins by like 20.
Really?
I don't think Vandy's very good at home. I think they are carrying so much momentum because not a lot of people gave them a chance against Georgia, including myself. So high tide forever and always, and I don't believe in Diego Pavia, and I hope he doesn't get another year of eligibility somehow, some way.
Dang, you're addicted to commercials.
But no, I maybe it stays close for a little bit, but I don't think I think Vandy's solid. They're definitely better than they've ever probably been. But it's cool that it's a ranked matchup. I think I saw a graphic or a stat that said this is the first time that Vandy and Bama have a ranked matchup since like 1937. So like,
Wow. Well,
yeah,
imagine this Vanderbilt wins
Yeah.
the SEC. Is that a
if
hot take? Is that a hot
Vanderbilt
take?
wins I will personally eat Red Earth for 3 months.
Okay, you heard it here,
Yeah.
folks. All right. Again, that's literally the only two games that I really could think
High
of.
tide.
If you wanted to, you could put Texas, Florida. But again, now that I think about it,
I just think Texas is going to control that game.
the way that DJ
Florida's just been
Lagway's played
selling.
recently, I
Yeah.
just can't see it.
Florida's just been selling.
Of course, we have to talk about.
Big statement game for Arch, I think.
Of course, we have to talk about Oklahoma State football. Recap of the Baylor-Oklahoma State game. Baylor ended up winning 45-27. They had 612 total yards and 5 touchdowns from Sawyer Robertson. Oklahoma State's offense, they did show
Oh my
positives.
gosh.
They had 448 yards, which, again, 448 yards is nothing to be sad about. A lot of big plays.
And it was like in their bag big plays. It wasn't like
A lot of
normal
rollouts.
scheme stuff. It was all like getting deep in your bag and finding way. I mean, there was a time they ran a jet sweep bootleg with the wide receiver.
That was a fun play.
That I've never seen a wide receiver run a jet sweep and then come back around and run a bootleg with the with the quarterback like blocking and being like an open guy to throw to. I've never seen that before. So
It was really funny because I was telling him when we were at the game, sometimes on the scoreboard they'll show the stat leaders, and they didn't show the stat leaders for the whole entire first half. And I was like, why are they not doing that? And it hit me. It was like, our wide receiver is the most passing yards in this half. They don't want to show that. I mean, that's crazy.
Especially with the mountain double pass that we pulled out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they keep that offense, now I don't know how much it's going to work against maybe Arizona because now people have seen that we're pulling out all these plays, so that'll be something to key on when we start talking about this Arizona game. But I like the way that the offense looked. The defense, pitiful. Like, I just don't even know a word. It's just miscues. It's stuff that shouldn't happen, which explains why they fired their defensive coordinator after the game. Because, I mean, that's not a skill issue. A lot of the plays weren't – it's not like we were getting beat because we were out. We were just, like, outskilled, and a lot of times. It was a lot of – now, don't get me wrong. There were some plays, and credit to Baylor because they are a good team. But there was a lot of plays that it was just, like, regular pass play and a guy's wide open downfield, which should just never happen when you have 11 guys on defense. I'm just saying.
There was a lot of blown plays, and I remember there was 2 of the exact same play for the tight end and the tight end touchdown when they were on like the 3-yard line. Same exact play, they ran twice on us and scored 2 straight touchdowns. And then very first drive, they had a wide open wide receiver on a crossing route, wide open and ran into the end zone untouched. I mean, it was just blown plays. And I'm not the type to make excuses, but I think I can count at least 3 touchdowns that they had that were wide open plays.
Yep.
We take away those 3 touchdowns.
Well, even then, if you change it to like 1 and it's just getting like worked down the field or something, the game's so much closer.
Exactly.
It just can't happen. I mean, the offense played good enough to win, in my opinion, for the first half. And I think by the end of the game, they were kind of just worn out by the defense just getting absolutely worked. So I don't think there's.
I mean, he was here for 4 weeks? It's got to be a record somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be a record.
I mean, I can't even like credit. It's just just can't happen. If we get outskilled and they beat us and scored us because we got outskilled, sure, credit to the other team. But it was a lot of missed coverages or something in between that it was just has nothing to do with skill and more to do with scheme and just not being prepared, which lays back on the coach, of course.
Exactly. But I mean, I think it was definitely a positive from last week, and hopefully we can transition that into
Best
Arizona.
conference game that we've seen probably in at least like
Utah, Texas Tech were good last year, and I mean, but yeah, this might, you never know, that might have been the best game. We'll see, which is so sad to think, but at the same time,
I don't think it will be.
yeah,
we've talked
you
about,
think
but
Houston,
yeah.
think Houston. But I mean, Arizona this week, they're 3-1. They're favored by still 20 and a half.
I just think that's
It's
absurd.
the same exact as Baylor,
you're
so
trying
it
to
makes
tell
no
me
sense.
Well, you're trying to. I get that we're going there, so they're probably getting an extra few points, but you could not tell me Arizona is as good as Baylor. I just couldn't agree with you in any way, shape, or form on that. But
Yeah, well, okay.
you can go into more on.
Yeah,
like-
so they're a top 30 defense, and we're also looking for
Okay.
our first. I mean,
Can we talk about this? I'm
Okay.
sorry to interrupt you again, but
Yep.
a top 30 defense.
that's what it says.
I understand that. If you look at their opponents, I'm pretty sure they played Hawaii,
Okay.
gave up 6 points. They played Weber State.
Okay.
I couldn't name a single NFL player from Weber State. I don't even know if they've had an NFL player.
Hey, didn't Ashton Hall go there?
I don't know. Gave up 3 points. Then they played Kansas State. I think they gave up like 17.
Yeah.
And then they played Iowa State and gave up 40.
Oh.
So
I didn't do my
I'm not.
research well enough. I
No,
guess.
no. There are top 30 defense probably, but quality opponent is what
Exactly.
I'm. It's
Quality-
kind of like Michigan. Remember when like everyone was hating on Michigan in 2023 before at the beginning of the season they played cupcake schools and everybody was like, "How are you going to call this a good defense when they haven't played anyone good?"
Mm-hmm.
That.
That's true.
Now, to be fair, they played good against Kansas State. 17 points is good, but also it's Kansas State, and
We've seen how they perform.
so I don't know what.
I
it's
hate
gonna
to be
look
running
like.
their podcast too.
No, that's true. I would actually.
But I mean, there's big stakes here. Arizona hopes to continue, come back off the loss from Iowa State.
Yeah, I'll probably
Um,
look like an idiot when we only score 6 points, but
You never know. You never know. And hopefully we can come out with a conference win. I mean, I was looking at the series. It's actually 5-4. Again, none of those are conference games. I don't think we've ever played them in Big 12 before.
nope, we didn't play them because they
We-
came
I
in
don't
last
think-
year.
I don't think we've never played them in Big 12 before. So this is our first time conference-wise. But we do lead the series. So they either tie it up or we extend our lead. So
I don't know if we'll win. I think didn't we put in, predictions for this game?
we put predictions in for this game.
Yeah.
And we both chose Arizona. I think.
Yeah, we both chose Arizona. I just made it closer than you did. I put in 31-24 Arizona,
Okay.
and you put in 42-17 Arizona.
Okay. Yeah.
I just think it'll be closer because I think the offense will get going. I don't think the defense is still going to be very good, so hence why they win. I just think they keep it close. I mean, I'm probably going to get proven wrong, and I'm completely okay with that. But I think they're better, and I think they're only going to get better, especially when Haas comes back. And to say that
If-
Zane Flores hasn't improved from game to game just isn't true. He has looked better game to game.
Mm-hmm.
Still, by far, there's definitely problems, especially with that deep ball, but he's
Mhm.
improved. So I like what I've seen, and I think this could be a great lead into the Houston game. But
Quote Brendan Selke, he's a better passer.
I mean,
I just want to say that. I just want to say that.
he was supposed to be. He was definitely supposed to be, but I don't know. I think this could be. It would be nice to see a win here, and then people be excited about playing Houston and hopefully show up to that game because the Baylor attendance was subpar. It wasn't
Yeah.
horrible. Don't get me wrong. For a team that just fired their coach and has been horrible, probably better than most schools. But the student section was like 75%.
It's not-
The home side looks great. Looked good.
It's good.
They, but
You know,
Not-
I just realized. I mean, I don't want to cut you off.
No,
but
you're fine.
I just realized there was a bunch. There's not very many good college games this week, but we didn't talk about Wisconsin, Michigan.
well, that's because Michigan's gonna just absolutely
See,
destroy
Michigan
them.
guy over here.
It just won't even. I mean, it's big noon kickoff. That's cool. Get to wake up and instantly watch Michigan just walk
Is
on
that
Wisconsin.
at Michigan?
I believe so.
If it's
I,
at
thi-
Wisconsin,
I think. I mean, I don't remember. I think it is. I mean, I can look.
because
I
I
got-
mean,
Got the
Wisconsin
schedule
fan,
pulled
Michigan
up.
fan over
Yeah.
here.
I mean,
Wisconsin's
yeah,
got
it's
a
at
ch-
Michigan.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
then I have
if
no
it was at
argument.
Wisconsin,
There'd be an
I'm
argument.
about to say I would say I think it would be a little closer to start, but with the way that the Michigan offense looks right now, and they're letting Bryce be Bryce in their defense,
Mm-hmm.
and the way Wisconsin has looked, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like 40-point, 30-point game. But
Tears right now.
But
I mean, at the same
go
time,
blue. Justice Haynes for Heisman and Bryce Underwood as Batman.
It was Bucky Badger's 85th birthday yesterday. That's all I can. That's
Happy
all
birthday.
I have to say.
Happy birthday. I did see a TikTok that someone was talking about what's the better tradition, Mr. Brightside and jump around. And credit to this Michigan fan, he was like jump around is 100%, 10 times better.
They're both elite. I mean,
I think
I'm
they're
biased.
both great,
I'm
but a jump
biased.
around is just a considerably better. I don't want to say considerable, but like It's like that's insane.
When I
like,
did it, when I
when
did
you
it,
watch that, you're like,
when I did a tour there, they were like, we actually hate jump around. A lot of the people who work here hate jump around because the infrastructure of the stadium is slowly breaking every year. And I was like, that's hilarious.
yeah, that's probably that's a good thing to.
But yeah, I mean, college not very good
Should be
week, but
good,
moving
yeah.
into the NFL, I think that there's going to be a couple good
There's
games.
a couple.
There's a couple.
on.
I mean, but last week, I mean, again, great games. We had Packers, Cowboys tie at 40. Chargers, Giants. Giants won. Jackson Dart's first start. Great game. Eagles, Bucks. Once again, Bucks tried to come with a comeback. Eagles pulled it out once again. I think it was kind of a lucky win. And then we got Jaguars, 49ers, which I'm going to let you talk a lot about because you know a lot more than me. But Packers, Cowboys, great game. I know you didn't watch very much of it.
Nope.
You said you watched the end of it. But
I turned it on in overtime.
Both Jordan Love and Dak look like, I don't want to say I almost said Heisman, NFL MVP quarterbacks.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, but like, it's just
well,
the luck of the draw.
I take blame for not watching Sunday Night Football most of the time. By Sunday night, I'm kind of like
Footballed out.
You footballed out a little.
Yeah.
And it's usually like I'll watch if I maybe have a bet in or if I have a team I'm interested in, but I didn't. But I'll start out with this Giants game first just because I feel like I need to talk about Jackson Dart. Credit to him and that team. That Chargers team is very good, and they took care of business. The one thing I'm interested to see is Jackson Dart did not pass the ball a lot. It was a lot of QB runs, and it was a lot of give the ball to Cam Scadaboo. I'm interested to see, especially with Neighbors now being out because of a torn ACL, will they open up the pass game with him, or will they go back to the same thing? They play the Saints this week.
Oh, okay.
So they probably don't need to do much. But I'm interested to see because, for one, I have Wendell Robinson on my fantasy team, so I need him to layer out that ball a little bit. But we'll see. I'm excited because Jackson Dart's just a fun player to watch. I mean, and Cam Scadaboo, as much as he might have early onset CTE, he is fun to be around.
I was looking at it, and I was like, when I was looking at next week, I was like, is this a week that Jackson Dart can like prove himself? Is it not just a fluke like week 1 luck or I guess week 4 luck? But New Orleans isn't gonna really prove anything besides that he's already done. So like
I think it could only just like he couldn't prove anything, but he could definitely show how he's not good if they somehow go out there and just drop a dud.
Eagles Bucks, great. Like I said, great game. Bucks tried to rally back. They rallied back, but again, Philly's early. I mean,
they're just. I mean, you just can't bet against them right now.
I mean, they just push.
It's the tush push. It's
a little bit of
that
everything.
run game is impossible to stop, and then Jalen Hurts when they do pass the ball, he doesn't even. Basically has an old line that just can't get broken through no matter how good your defensive line is. But credit to the Buccaneers, I will say this, they never give up. I mean, I think their last, like, every win they've had, they've won in, like, the last few seconds or had a big play.
The Texans game killed me.
So, but, I mean.
Yeah. And then Jaguars, 49ers. Jaguars, are they 4-0?
No, they're 3-1.
3-1 versus.
Now the 49ers, after their win last night.
Yeah.
Are 4-1.
Yeah, they looked and
closing out the Rams there.
CMC looked good last night, but again, that doesn't matter. Jaguars, 49ers.
I think the big storyline in this game was outside of the game, and after the game, Cohen, who is the Jaguars head coach, came up to Robert Saleh, who I think is he the defensive coordinator again for the Niners, or does he just happen to work? I don't remember. I don't know what he exactly does, but regardless of the point, he came up to Saleh and was like basically. In the nicest way, because he definitely didn't use the proper language, but he was basically like, we don't sign steal and that you're basically a loser pretty much. Because Saleh pregame was Saleh pregame, like one of his like pregame pressers or something like that said that like they steal signs in like a very good way, obviously an illegal way, and they were like they do it in a very good way, and Cohen, who's Jaguars head coach, did not like that whatsoever, so they got in a bit of a altercation, which was funny because if you see the clip, the coaches are like going at it and the players are just like joking around with each other and just like, guys, just like go the other way. They just like don't even care. But that was something interesting to see with the whole sign stealing shenanigans that we have going on there as well. I mean,
I just don't agree with sign stealing. Again, the Astros didn't do it, so
okay. Well, that's a completely different scenario. In football, it's a little bit different, but
it's okay. Yeah, well. Moving on.
It's been 10 years. The Astros cheated.
Yeah. People still bring it up, and it makes me mad. Again, last night's game was very, very good. Overtime,
did you watch that?
I watched the whole thing.
Okay. Because I turned it on in the overtime. I watched the entire overtime. That 4th down stop
Amazing.
fourth down stop
Exactly.
there.
I watched that, and then I started watching Pac-12, not Pac-12, Big Ten volleyball. USC played at like 11. So
Wow.
I
I
was
won't
just-
tell
I was
you
just-
I won't tell you what I turned on after.
Yeah, I was just so I was
It's
like,
just some.
it was a good game. And I was like, I still want to watch sports for some reason. But yeah, good games. Philadelphia Eagles and Denver Broncos. Broncos have looked really good. Eagles have looked really good again. The Eagles still look fraudulent, but at the same time,
It's just like I don't know. They confuse me because they kind of remind me of the Chiefs of last year, where they're finding ways to win. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them are like better wins than probably some of the Chiefs, but I'm just waiting until a team goes out there and upsets them. I just don't know when it's going to happen because I'm not going to bet against them ever.
I mean, I saw a statistic the other week. It was like Jalen Hurts last 12 games he's won, and I was like, wait a second. I know they lost in the end of the season. He didn't even play in one of their games in the end of the season, like the regular season. So technically, they just skipped over that one, and so he's like 12. He's on a 12-win game win streak right now, and so yeah, like I was saying earlier, you just can't bet against him until they lose. And you know what? I know he's gonna pick Philly every week, and I'm gonna pick Philly every week. So that's one game that if we both get wrong, we both get right. So you know what? That's okay. Kansas City and Jacksonville. I think that's gonna be a really good game. Jacksonville's 3-1.
That Jacksonville defense is really the reason that they've been as good as they have been, is their defense, because their pass game has been abysmal. Thanks, Brian Thomas. I love you. Please wake up on my fantasy team this week.
No. We don't need him to wake up.
But yeah, their defense has been insane, so I'm interested to see if the Chiefs, what they're doing. But the Chiefs looked like the Chiefs of the past 2 years.
When they played the Ravens.
Yeah, after they completely worked the Ravens. Now, to be fair, Ravens backup quarterback for half the game, and they were dealing with injuries, but still they came out there and took care of business. So it should be are the Jaguars the real deal, and are the Chiefs back to being the Chiefs?
That's the big question.
Storyline
That's the story
of these games, pretty much.
But I mean, football overall, not a great
Not
week.
the best weekend, and to be fair, this weekend could be better for the Lions Bengals game before the year. At this time, looked like it was going to be a great game, and then Joe Burrow decided to die. So now the Bengals are stumbling because they can't win with Browning at quarterback. It looks like right now.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be a good week, but I mean,
oh, it's football. It's probably still going to be good. I just
we
compared to
will
what
still
we've
both
had.
sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Put 4 different games on forward, 2 different TVs.
Probably 100%. But I mean, I don't know. It should be an interesting week.
Yeah.
It leads into next week. That's why it's
Worst-case
important. That's
scenario,
what you say.
It gets bad, and that's my transition. We will watch some baseball.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Some big baseball weekend as we wrapped up the wild card round as it took place Tuesday through Thursday. And now we have some great. I mean, all these matchups. Honestly, the storylines and the teams are great. First off, of course, Dodgers Phillies.
Great series.
Yep, Phillies getting the bye, and then of course the Dodgers took care of the Reds easily in the wild card round. Probably the least competitive wild card round.
Oh, I would agree with that 100%.
They just kind of took care of business. Wasn't really much. Feel bad for the Reds. Great job getting in the playoffs, but they're not ready to compete really. But the main thing that I wanted to put in here is Game 1, Shohei Ohtani versus Christopher Sanchez. That might be probably the best pitching matchup that we're probably going to for one thing, Christopher Sanchez is up there for Cy Young in the NL this year. I think Paul Skeens gets it. But
being a candidate is good enough.
Yeah, it's going to be good enough.
Yeah.
And then this is Ohtani's first time being a pitcher in the playoffs for the MLB.
Wow, I didn't even think
He's
about
not
that.
pitched in the playoffs for the MLB. His only playoff experience as a professional baseball player goes back to when he was in Japan
Oh, really?
as a pitcher. As a hitter, he of course was on the team last year,
Yeah,
but as a
yeah.
pitcher, it was back in Japan, which was 2016. So this is the first time pitching.
I think
an
Ohtani
MLB
he's the
team.
last person to take pressure. I mean,
100%.
he could do the whiteout game with no pressure.
100%.
I think I don't really think it's going to be. He walks into the stadium, does his thing, and walks out. So again, but yes, still, I think that's a great.
It'll be
pitching matchup.
it'll be interesting to see how Game 1 unfolds. I think the Phillies are probably for me the clear favorite for the NL right now to go to the World Series. I just don't. This team's got elite pitching everywhere you look, and the offense is just built. Now, if they get past the Dodgers, then I think they do it. If they don't, I think the Dodgers make it again.
Is it fair to say that the winner of that series makes the World Series?
Probably. I mean, I would argue they probably do. It'll be interesting to see because I don't think the Dodgers are as great as they were last year. Now injuries have been a key part in that.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
They've had major pitching injuries this year everywhere you look. But I mean, it's just a fun, intriguing series compared to what they have on the other side of the table on the NL, which is mean to say, but
Cubs Brewers.
So that one should be fun. I'm excited. That one I'll definitely be paying heavy attention to. But yeah, Cubs Brewers.
Who are you cheering for? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, as a Cardinals fan?
Yeah.
Probably the Brewers. I don't really have any.
I know you hate the Cubs.
Yeah, I don't have any.
But I know you're not a big Brewers guy.
Yeah,
either.
I'm not a big Brewers guy, but my hate for the Cubs outweighs my dislike for the Brewers probably. But the main question is the Brewers have been in this situation before where they've won the division and been a really solid team, and then they come to the playoffs and they forget how to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we see them?
I like the Brewers.
I know you're a big Brewers guy.
I like the Brewers. I should have worn my Brewers shirt for this. I mean, I just want. I said it last week, but I'm gonna say it again. He said they were gonna be bad. I called it. Yeah, he's looking at me. He's giving me the look.
I'm just.
I mean, again, you were telling me on the way here that the Cubs went 7 for 6 against the Brewers this year.
Yeah.
So this series, you want to talk about up in the air. This is the
it's
definition of
most
up in the air.
even. They split everything. The Cubs were really good at the beginning of the year. The Brewers were really hot at the end of the year. They took the division away from the Cubs.
A good question. You're not a Cubs guy, but do you like BCI?
No, I actually hate Pete Crow Armstrong. Okay, I don't hate him. He's fun to watch. He's cool. I just think he's slightly overrated. He was really good in the first half and then forgot how to play baseball in the second half.
Okay, yeah.
Not to mention he makes rookie errors. There was a play against the Cardinals this year that he forgot how many outs there were in the outfield, and there was a guy in second.
I saw that. That was funny.
Caught the ball, dangled around with the ball, and Mason Wynn scored from second on a sac fly. Probably one of the best highlights of the Cardinals' mediocre season. So
I think it was more than mediocre.
Oh, it was, yeah, man.
I think you could give it a little bit more than mediocre.
Sure, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Cubs took care of business against the Padres, but I don't even know. I don't like either of these teams. I don't think either stands a chance against the Dodgers or the Phillies.
No, I agree. I think like I said, I think the winner of the Dodger Phillies makes the World Series. But give me the Brewers.
Back up. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna take the Phillies in that. I'm
Okay.
just gonna throw that out there.
Me too.
I'm gonna take the Phillies. I'm gonna take the Phillies in 5. I'm gonna take
Brewers in 4.
Ooh.
Give me Brewers in 4.
Cubs in 4. I think the Brewers lose. I want them to win, but I think the Cubs take care of business.
Biased in me, but of course.
I just don't like the Brewers in the playoffs until I get proven that they can perform in the playoffs, which they've not done. But I mean, it should be fun because those are both toss-up series. I mean, you can't say that there's really, really clear favorite in either of those. Obviously, it's playoff time, so that's gonna happen. But still, I think it's gonna be a really fun time, especially with a divisional matchup and then probably the two powerhouses of the NL going at it.
And the division that I actually care about, the American League. Let's go. Go Yankees.
Yeah, I mean they broke the mold. They broke the. So since 2022, 3 games to wild card rounds, teams that won the first game were undefeated going into this year.
Yep.
Going into this year, the Yankees lost game 1 against the Red Sox in that 3, and then won the next 2, and they broke the mold. They were the only team because every other team in the wild card round this year.
I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, "It's so unfortunate that the Yankees Red Sox had to be a wild card game, because you would want that to be like
7-game series, something like that.
7-game series, and I mean that's unfortunate. But you know what? Great series, and I'm glad that they broke the mold and they beat the streak. But I was telling you, like I said, I think the Yankees win this. I don't see, like you said, Blue Jays have they have a great home field environment, but again, it's baseball. It's kind of hard.
Kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
The playoff environments in baseball are very good.
October's just something special out in the air. But I see the Yankees go into the Blue Jays, winning one of them. And it's 2-2-1, right?
Yep.
So I see them winning one in Toronto, and then winning 2 in New York. So I think they win in 4.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
I mean, I don't want to say it's crazy. It might be a little biased.
Oh, I think there's definitely some bias in there.
Blue
I will
Jays
say that.
went 8-5 in the regular season against the Yankees, so kind of still pretty even to say. But I don't know. The Blue Jays feel like the Brewers in the way that they were really good in the regular season, and they don't feel like the best team in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think they're it's another one of these ones. I just don't like the Yankees pitching. I don't think it's very good. And their bullpen, I don't like their bullpen. Love their offense, don't get me wrong. I just don't like their pitching very much. I think the Blue Jays do take care of business. Having home field, I don't see I could see a way where it goes to Game 5 and the Blue Jays take care of business at home. So I'm going to say Blue Jays in 5 because I think they split the first two, and they split the next two, and then that home game, I don't think the Yankees are going to stand a chance.
Oh, yeah, well, if they do the bat flip like they used to do. Oh,
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
that?
Jose Bautista.
Jose
And then they had
Bautista.
Edwin and Carcione, who was like also
And then
in
Josh
fire there.
Donaldson.
Yep, Josh Donaldson. All three of those guys. Oh my
gosh,
God, so
that was
much
such
aura.
a trio.
Yep,
Oh, wow.
so much aura on that team.
Are we old?
I don't know. That was a long time ago. What is that, like 2016?
2016.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a long time ago.
Jeez, that was almost 10 years ago.
It was a fun series, and that's what
was-
I'm talking about. That playoff environment in
Was that
Toronto,
Rangers?
inside. Yep. That was during when the Rangers really blew that series. They were in
they were
control
like-
of that series,
like
and then they kept making
3-1.
errors,
Yeah.
and then all these things. But
Of course.
yeah, if you're going Yankees, I mean, I'm gonna go Blue Jays just to be
make it fun.
different.
Make it
We're
fun.
being different on pretty much every single. Did you say Dodgers are win? Or you say Phillies are win?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Okay, tell you what. You went Phillies, I'll go Dodgers.
Okay, so we're right. We're really spreading the wealth here.
And I'll let you take the Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers, Mariners. The Tigers, scathed by the Guardians. Game 1, Skubal kind of dominated and took control of that game. Game 2, they kind of let it go. I would probably say the Tigers were in control of that entire 3-game set. They kind of just blew Game 2 with not scoring when they had the chances, and then
That
Game
poor
3.
eighth inning.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then Game 3, they just blew open the game. I mean, it was just unbelievable. But I don't know. The Mariners scare me. As a Tigers bias, and like they're my team that I hop on the bandwagon for because obviously they're my second favorite team. Got the bloodline there, but they scare me. The Mariners pitching is probably the best overall pitching room in the league. Like their starting pitching's elite. Their bullpen's great. It's just like, will the offense carry over to the playoffs?
Mhm.
Obviously, they have Cal Raleigh, who, as we talked about last episode, should be the undisputed MVP in the AL. But like
Skubal's pitching week 1. Not week 1.
game 1,
Game
no,
one?
he's probably pitching game 2. He won't. I don't think he'll have enough rest. I mean, I can look.
Whoever
at
wins game 2 wins it all.
Oh yeah, I mean there's probably a stat
Again,
out there.
It's again, if he does an away game at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, and he wins, they win the series.
we have no listed starters yet. I would assume that's coming out probably today, some later today.
Yeah.
I don't think Skubal's definitely not pitching game 1. I don't think that gives him enough rest because he pitched on Tuesday, but he's probably pitching Sunday.
Okay, because I think if he can pitch away and give them
Give
give
him
them
a
a
win
better
going
chance.
at home.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I think they
The
have
best
it.
case scenario for the Tigers is going to Detroit 1-1, and then just pulling out.
and going to
Yeah.
then going 3-1.
Yeah,
I
most
have-
realistic way for them to win is probably that.
Are you the type to cheer for a team in your division? It's like if you're in the March Madness and your team Michigan gets knocked out by
And then am I
Texas,
going to cheer
are you
for a
gonna
Big
cheer
Ten
for
school?
Texas?
Oh, I'm going
Oh,
to cheer for the team that knocked them
let's
out.
say Texas beats Michigan
Uh-huh.
and Texas moves on. Would you cheer for Texas or are you cheering against Texas? Because I'm thinking about it like this: Mariners are in the Astros division. Mariners.
Oh, like the
hurt
Mariners
Astros.
knocked
Do
out
I-
the
do I
Astros. Are
like
you really
do
going to
I
cheer
like
for
the
them?
Mariners or I don't? I personally do not like the Mariners, but I'm gonna choose the Mariners because I think the Mariners are gonna win.
I mean, I don't even know. And that, usually I wouldn't cheer for the team that knocked out my favorite team. It probably depends on more of the scenario, but most of the time I wouldn't. I like the Mariners as a team. I always have, like just overall.
Beautiful stadium.
Yeah,
I love the stadium.
and I like their announcer, which is obviously a weird thing to like, but for me it makes sense. But I don't know. It's just this one's weird for me because like the Mariners are a great team, but they're like not that big market team that you're like, wow, they're gonna do something. I think the Tigers, if they get a win from Skubal in Seattle, and their offense is actually like, really, really good and like
Mhm.
can hit in situational moments like they struggle to do in Cleveland, except Game 3. If they can continue hitting good situationally and runners on, I think they can take care of business in this one. I could see Tigers in 4, but I could also see like Mariners in 4. I could see the Mariners in 5. I think the only way the Tigers win this one is if it's like Tigers in 4. I don't think they can go back to Seattle
They gotta
for Game
pick up
5.
one. Yeah.
Got to pick up 1 in Seattle, and I don't think they can go back to Seattle for Game 5. So, overall predictions, I think you've made your decision on Dodgers, Phillies.
I'm going Dodgers.
Okay, so you got Dodgers. I have Phillies. I have Phillies in 5 there. You have Brewers, of course. Brewers in 4. I have Cubs in 4. And then looks like you're going Yankees because you're biased again. I got Blue Jays taking care of business there. And then I'm guessing you said you're going Tigers, I guess, if you don't want to root for the Mariners. So that's the one we're both gonna agree on because I got Tigers in 4.
I'll go Mariners just to keep it.
Okay.
I'll keep it. I'll go Mariners just to keep it like that. But yeah,
Fair. It should be fun. Next episode, I believe the division series should be Friday. That's if we do get an episode out because you have prior plans these days because you decided to leave me that next weekend, which we'll
Speaking
get in,
of,
which we'll definitely get
just
to.
got our flag football game. Just figured out when it is, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, the division series, other than the NL, the AL games will end on Friday, and the NL games will end on Saturday next week. So they should be almost over. We'll probably know who's going to win it
We'll be
or
so
who's
busy.
already won it. Yes, next week that'll be eventful. But do you want to get a little conversation into the Ryder Cup or
I mean,
say your
there's-
quick
there's-
thoughts?
Okay, so first of all, terrible first 2 days.
Oh my gosh,
Terrible
Yeah.
first 2 days. Day 3 singles match.
Day 3 made me excited to watch
I mean, we stood up out of our chairs probably 20 or 30 times.
golf. Justin
and-
Thomas, putt central.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh, that man is undefeated.
Cameron
4-0 in
Young,
Ryder Cup
yeah.
singles history. I mean, like the man is a legend. Disappointing start.
yeah,
Of course,
you
Victor
can blame.
Hovland,
Yeah,
we
but
know
say
you're
you
scared
can
of us.
you can blame the half point shenanigans, but at the end of the day, when you lose in all the team matches, you can look back on that and you go,
I mean,
like, come on.
to be fair, I saw a clip and it was all the USA fans walking out after we knew we were at least gonna tie. I was like, guys, we can still tie it. There's still something positive to think about. But I mean,
No,
it was
there's nothing positive. We failed.
really.
I don't think there's anything positive to take from that. They should be. I mean, the singles match, you should be proud that you fought. It's good to look that you fought and you didn't give up, but you have to be better in team matches. Scotty is horrible in team matches. It's good on him for winning his singles match, but he's got to be better in team matches. Spawn didn't play up to performance until, the end. I mean, there's just so many little things that like annoyed me. You have to like, if we took even one of those team matches that we lost, we probably win. Or it
Oh.
probably comes down to at least the last group instead of being over 4 groups before the end.
No, I think you're right.
So, but got to be better in the team matches. I'm proud of the way they fought. I'll say that. They didn't give up, and they came into the last day, and, Bryson was, 5 down after the first 9 holes, and then came back and took the half point. Scotty took care of business against Rory, that 1 and 2 matchup.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm proud of the way they fought. They didn't
was-
give up.
it was a
They didn't
fun
give up,
watch.
which is good because I appreciate that, especially when you're representing your country. But
When you put the name on your chest, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
they don't really put USA on their chest like
they
hockey.
had the
but
USA flag on their hat one
Okay,
day,
yeah,
so I'll
but
give
still.
that.
It was fun. Didn't turn out the way we liked it to, but it was fun.
I like team golf.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Don't like. Obviously, I love the way the Masters and all these big tournaments are. It would be nice if the PGA sprinkled in. I don't know how they would ever do it because then you would have to make teams. And I think that Live Golf does team based, but I
Mhm.
like the team stuff. Now that might just be biased from other sports and trying to mold one sport into another, which I wouldn't want to do because that's what the MLS does for soccer, and I don't like that they do that. But the team is very fun, and I like having to rely on other people and all these things. But now it was a fun watch, and I will get it for probably my first time really sitting down and watching the Ryder Cup. Credit to the golf world. I think every good sports fan, if you don't watch the Ryder Cup, you're not doing it right. So in 2 years, when we go to Europe, I hope America could take care of business.
Maybe we'll do the podcast in Europe. Maybe a site podcast. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just
2027 September.
no. We're looking for jobs.
Yeah, I was like,
no.
what to say?
I mean, but yeah, hey, new sport, NHL. I am not very experienced in this, but of course, Brendan is going to help me.
I'm
learn
going
the
to
sport.
blend you into a hockey fan. That is my goal.
Go Devils.
That is my goal is to make you fall in love with the sport.
Okay,
because-
well, I'm gonna let you take this over, and I'm going to attempt to give my opinion as well.
Hey, feel free because I'm just here to educate you and have fun with because
Exactly.
I feel like this should be a sport that everybody loves. But the NHL starts next Tuesday. Those are the first games. Most teams play any day between Tuesday and Thursday. So I think the Red Wings, which is my favorite team, play on Thursday. I don't know what day the Devils play because I don't care. I could probably care less about the Devils. They're kind of a boring team, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, I'm excited. I would kind of just wanted to go over storylines because obviously they haven't started yet, so there's not a lot to talk about in the performance aspect of everything. So I was thinking, let's get you educated on storylines so you can be at least a little excited into what you could be thinking about while you're watching it. The main thing, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs, Florida Panthers,
Oh yeah.
coming into the season without their 2 best players most likely, depending on.
Oh.
So Matthew Tkachuk was struggling with an injury
one of the
last year during the playoffs and struggled with all that. So he had surgery. He's looking to be out at least 2 months. If not, he could be out to even January, which is obviously half the season. So they're going to miss him for at least half the season. And then recently, last couple of days, Alexander Barkov, this happened a couple of days ago, they announced he destroyed his knee, like unbelievably destroyed his knee, I believe, is out for the entire year. I think he may come back for the playoffs. I don't know. He could, they said, but he's at least out the entire regular season. So they're without their 2 best players. So back-to-back Stanley Cup champs went from probably being one of the best teams in the league to now probably maybe fighting for a wild card spot at that last division spot. So that's something fun to look forward to because will the Panthers keep up their dominance in the NHL? Probably because they're a really well-ran team and they have a lot of pieces, but that's a huge blow because that's like 2 best players right there. I mean, no way look around it. Probably your 2 best forwards.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, but I mean, I like hockey.
I'm gonna blend you. We'll blend.
I remember me and Ty watched it last year. Every single time the puck would get like remotely close to the goal, we would be like, and you'd be like, guys, nothing's happening yet. They're not even trying to take a shot right this second. And so, would you say it's more anxiety than soccer?
Yeah, it's just faster paced. Now, yeah, it's probably just is, but like the deficits feel like more in soccer, so that'll give you more anxiety.
Okay.
But like you'll enjoy hockey more than you would enjoy soccer as a casual viewer.
Okay.
But on to the next thing here. Vegas, obviously one of the newer teams in the NHL, but they look like they're probably going to be clear favorites in the West and maybe one of the best teams in the league this year as they picked up Mitch Marner, who is the biggest name in the free agency market last year, former Toronto Maple Leaf superstar. Him and Austin Matthews dominated the NHL for many years in Toronto. Leaves Toronto after basically being hated on by Toronto fans. It's kind of a weird relationship that Toronto fans had with Mitch Marner. They blamed him a lot because he struggled in the playoffs, but he was also one of the best regular season players every single year.
Strange.
So they kind of had a love-hate relationship. So some people think that like he left because he didn't really like Toronto anymore. Could be part of the thing. But now he's on Vegas. Makes Vegas already a good team, even better. Will they continue to dominate Vegas? Probably. It looks like they're going to be one of the best teams. Obviously, Winnipeg was the best team in the West last year.
Obviously, yeah.
They were greatly built. But it also could be Dallas. Obviously, that's probably probably should be one of your favorite teams because they are the closest team in vicinity to you.
Dallas, the Red Wings, and the Devils. I mean,
Okay.
if I had to have 3, but I feel like, is there 30 teams or 32?
I'm going to let you figure this out.
32?
Yep.
Okay, because there's 30 baseball teams. I mean,
but yeah, so I mean, it could be Dallas, it could be Winnipeg again, could be Edmonton, but I think Vegas right now, if you're looking at it, looks like the clear favorite in the West. They're just really well built, and with Mitch Marner, they look like they're going to be even better. But of course, Dallas is obviously a scary team. I'm going to give a little glaze to them because there'll be people that are like, "Why didn't you talk about Dallas?" Mikko Rantanen, I feel like you know the name.
it sounds familiar.
Does it sound familiar?
Sounds
Dominated in the playoffs last year.
Mhm.
Dallas's new best player probably picked him up last year via trade after he got traded twice in the same season.
Oh,
One of the best
wow.
players in the NHL. They look like they're going to be really good again. Winnipeg is obviously going to be probably good again, and then Edmonton has Connor McDavid.
Winnipeg Jets, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then Edmonton obviously has Connor McDavid. So it's kind of hard to ever count Edmonton out when they have Connor McDavid. They also, leading into my next point, their main issue the past few years has been goaltending. They recently traded for a goaltender in Connor Ingram.
Oh.
Not a really good goaltender. They've had goalie problems, so they kind of bring in their trend is to bring in average players and think that they're going to be kind of good. It's kind of like the Jets. You know how the Jets kind of just bring in a
like
new
the NFL
quarterback,
Jets? Yeah.
and like bring in like average players all the time and think they're going to
Mhm.
get good all of a sudden. They do the same thing with goalies. They think if they bring in enough average goalies, one's bound to overperform and have a really good year. It hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
So
So who's the Jets of the NHL?
like just completely average all the time and like can't get over the hump. Probably Minnesota Wild. But like
Really?
the
Minnesota.
different
You
the
would think
difference
they'd be
is
good.
Minnesota like makes the playoffs. They just can't get past the first round.
Oh, okay.
That's the difference. But they're
Is-
both like very mid.
Is the Utah team still called the Utah Hockey Club?
Nope, they're now the Mammoths,
Man.
and their logo is kind of really badass. I can't lie. Like I love it. Colors are cool, but That's sick. And then also, big storyline for this year is McDavid's a free agent next year.
Oh, and I know that name. That's like the best player.
Yeah, that's like the LeBron James of hockey right there.
After this season?
Yeah, he's a free agent after this year. They haven't re-signed him yet. They've had their discussions. There's rumors floating around
Red
that
Wings?
it's 2 years, $15 million a year, which is kind of
Seems kind of low for the
well.
LeBron of the NHL.
Well, you have to understand the salary cap is considerably lower.
What's the salary cap?
Like you have like 90 million.
Wow.
So Kirill Kaprizov
That's a
just
name.
got signed
That's
by
a
the Minnesota Wild. He's one of the best players in the NHL, a Russian player. He just got signed for, I think, an 18 million a year extension, and that's like the most expensive in the NHL right now.
Wow.
And they're thinking they're going to sign McDavid short term because they don't have the money to pay him long term, and then just keep him short term and then figure it out again in a couple years. But that's just speculation. We haven't had anything official at all. He could just be a free agent next year. Most people don't think that's going to happen because they think if they can't sign him, they're just going to trade him. Kind of do like, you know how Wayne Gretzky got traded in the middle of his career?
Yep.
They think that could happen again if they don't find a way to
You gotta do what you gotta
get to a
do.
deal.
Yeah.
So that's a fun storyline. Eastern Conference, just moving over because we've talked a lot about the Western Conference here. The main thing really is no one really knows what's going to happen. With Florida being down, Toronto losing a star, Washington kind of just looks like they're going to be really good again. Carolina looks like they're going to be good, but everybody else,
It's unknown.
it's really
up
kind of
in the air.
unknown,
It's
at
up
least
in
in
the air.
my opinion. Obviously, there's the better end teams, but like even like the wild card race, it was Ottawa and Montreal who made the wild card last year. Montreal, extremely fraudulent team. I hate them, and you'll figure that out, but they were extremely fraudulent.
Oui.
Yeah, so like I don't know, but like Ottawa's a good team, but are they really? I don't know. So Eastern Conference, all you need to know is
It's up in the air.
we don't know.
It's up in the air.
That's what we know.
Sweet.
Is we don't know. So that's the same thing for the Devils. The Devils were really good last year. Had over 100 points, one of the best teams in the
They
league.
did not do well in the playoffs.
They lost Jack Hughes. They lost their best player
Oh.
going into the playoffs. So they kind of didn't have the best benefit there. So they're probably going to be good again if they stay healthy, obviously, but it's kind of up in the
I
air.
feel like that's hard to do in hockey. Stay healthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that and players play through things all the time. It's a weird sport for that kind of case, but Eastern Conference just really up in the air. But I went through here and I gave my under the radar / overhyped teams
So you put the Red
real
Wings
quick
there?
here. Yep, I did because I'm biased. Anybody can call that biased. I don't care.
Hey, I said something about the Yankees. We're good. We're chill. We're
Un-
equal.
Under the radar, I have the Rangers. Missed the playoffs last year, but have been one of the best teams in the league for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of just had a lot of bad things unfold. I think they have a bounce back year. Still have really good goaltending. I think they're going to be in the midst of fighting for the playoffs again, if not a really good team. So I had to put them in there. Then the Red Wings. I have the Red Wings in there as my other Eastern Conference team. I think this is the year they finally break their playoff streak. They made improvements to their team. I think they would have made the playoffs last year if their penalty kill wasn't so bad. I don't know if they will. But I'm going to say they will because I'm biased and I believe in them. And I'm going to glaze them because they're my team.
Of course.
I have Minnesota being under the radar because I felt like they had to be in there. The Wild. They were a good team last year, kind of just fell apart because of injuries and couldn't skate their way in. So if they stay healthy, they're going to be really good again, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about them. And then lastly, the Utah Mammoths. Obviously, new named everything. They're going to be solid, so I think they're going to be really good. They should be, especially with their new jerseys and everything. They look
I
beautiful.
like baby blue, right?
Oh, yeah, baby blue and like black, so they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
Quickly through these overrated teams, Montreal, kind of just hate them.
Yep. I've learned that from these last 5-10 minutes.
I threw in like the Devils because they could underperform. I don't think they will, but just to throw a name out there. Then I have the Blue Jackets, had a horrible offseason. A lot of people don't believe in them. And then I threw in the Panthers because
Again, like
the
you said,
injuries.
it's not their fault.
Yeah, not their fault. So yeah, I hope that all holds true and I
Oh.
don't look like an idiot in a couple months. Probably will because I usually do. But it should be fun. Tuesday it starts. I'm gonna need you in my room on Thursday, hopefully, to watch the Red Wings play.
Okay, I'll be there.
I'm gonna.
Wait,
I think I have
Tuesday?
Tuesday. It starts.
Yeah,
Like
we-
the,
you know we
and then
gotta
the
test
Red
the
Wings
next
play
day.
on Thursday. Yeah. I'm gonna try to skip out on my work thing Thursday so I can watch that game, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we want to get into?
I mean, yeah, just slowly finish it up. I mean,
Yeah.
flag football, we go into playoffs. We play.
What day do we play? Because I
we
have no.
play
idea.
Sunday at 8 p.m.
Sunday.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. on Sunday. We play another 1-3 team.
Sunday.
Sunday at 8 p.m.
Okay. Did we happen to look who's on this team? Did you happen to look?
No, I didn't. But again,
I'm
their
gonna have
point,
to do
their
that
point
after this.
differential is a lot better than ours. We have
Oh.
minus 83. They're minus 27.
Oh, so like they lost close games.
Well, they just won their last game. They won. They lost 3 straight and then won their last.
Yeah, I'm
game.
gonna need to look at that roster when we get the chance.
Yeah.
But Sunday, I mean, honestly, that's not
I'd
the
rather
worst
be
thing.
that than a Monday or a Tuesday.
I get it. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, but yeah.
That's it. We're probably not gonna win.
Again, me and you were talking about it with how much we have going on this week. It wouldn't.
It's
be
honestly
the
not the worst
thing.
thing if we lost.
I'm gonna put my heart. I'm gonna put my heart and soul.
Yeah, you're gonna
into
have
it.
some fun.
Maybe cry after the loss. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna have some fun, but it's not the most important thing this week, which leads into the most important thing for this week, the LPE.
There might not be a
Woohoo.
podcast next week if one of us doesn't pass.
Well, I don't. We'll still have it, but the more the reason will be. But yeah, so it'll be exciting. Finishing up the last practice exams last night, and then had a review session. For context, if anybody doesn't know, if we fail this, we get one more attempt, and then if we fail it again, we have to change our major.
So yeah.
If we pass it, we keep our major, we go on with life, we smile, we move on. And we never think about any of the stuff we learned because it's kind of pointless.
Oh my gosh, it's so pointless.
But
We want to be writers.
yeah, but
Watch us both be writers in our future.
yeah, trust me, it won't happen for me. But I'm kind of nervously excited because I want to get it over with. I want that weight off my shoulders. The last practice exam really made me feel better. So excited.
Nope, I was 1 point off.
Yeah, I know. But I cooked. I cooked without looking at anything. I was pretty proud of myself. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But
Doing a soccer broadcast in a couple of
yeah,
weeks?
we figured that out. We got our game that we wanted to do together.
It's not BYU.
No, it's Baylor.
Baylor.
October 30th. It's the
October-
Halloween night.
Halloween.
A day before Halloween. So that should be fun. We get to broadcast soccer. You said you'd never done it before, have you?
Again, you're gonna again,
gonna have to
kind of like with
okay.
NHL. It's not gonna go. You're
Okay.
gonna take the ropes, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in there.
Trust me, I'll help
good
you.
Ball, good ball.
Yep, I'll trust me. I got you. We'll make sure it works, and it should be fun. Getting to broadcast anything for us is going to be fun and gives
The
us
two of
something
us,
to do.
yeah, it should be fun. Chemistry's so important.
Oh
I think
my
that's gonna be.
gosh. Yeah, I think that's why I think we'll be okay. Plus, obviously, it's just a recording at the end of the day.
Again, nobody
so,
listen to this.
Yep,
Yeah.
nobody's going to listen to it probably. And then lastly, you want to tell us about your news that kind of broke my soul, but also made me excited for you
I
all at the
know.
same time.
I was at cornhole practice and they're like, "You want to go to Wisconsin for a cornhole tournament?" I was like, "When?" They're like, Saturday." I was like, "Oh yeah, there's no football game." They're like, "Oh yeah, next Saturday." I was like, which again, being from Houston, I really wanted to go to the Houston game, but at the same time,
Kind of an opportunity that you like.
6
don't
football
want.
games or 1 chance to go to Wisconsin. Which again, big Wisconsin guy. So
Now, to be fair, he's doing it on the weekend. That my family's coming up and like all these things, but that's
they
okay.
might, hey, you know what? they don't need the hotel room. They can just sleep in my room.
No, but I'm excited for you. I
Yeah.
mean, that sounds sick. When you
Oh.
told me, I was like, oh wow. And then you said it's like all paid for. You don't have to pay for anything or at all.
Don't have to pay for a single thing. We have a driver. I think there's a sprinter van, 2 sprinter vans going up.
See, that's
Food
the
paid
nice
for.
part.
I don't think we're sleeping in a hotel. I think we're literally sleeping on the way up there in the van, and we're sleeping on the way
Yeah.
back. So
Probably the
Sunday
cheapest way to
morning
get it
when
done.
you see me, don't expect
Yeah,
to watch
yeah,
games with
that's
me.
fine. That's fine.
Don't expect to watch it because I might be dead. Again, I could play 2 games and be out. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But
But
again,
hey, you're going up there and it's an experience, and I respect you for that because, like, I was telling, because when I was telling Sam about it, and I'm gonna mention her only because she said something I was supposed to mention and completely forgot what it was. So, but I was texting her and I was like, if I was actually on a bowling team and someone invited me to go somewhere to go bowl,
you taking that.
I would take that in a heartbeat. So I'm never gonna hate on you for that. And not to mention, you might miss the only win in the year, but I mean,
Oh, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Don't you worry.
so I mean, it'll be fun. I'm excited for you. You're gonna have to let me know how
It's
that
after-
goes.
and
I'll
I-
let you know how my family is, and I'll let you know how
I know. I
the
was very
football
excited
is.
to meet your sister.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
but well,
that's okay.
we'll just have to wait till next year or something.
Yeah, that's okay. Because you'll have fun, and I won't have to deal with you. It'll be a plus for me. You know what I
I
mean?
know. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Well, this might be the last episode of the podcast, guys. No, but I mean, it's gonna be a really stressful week. But again,
yeah, it's
hopefully,
gonna be a long week,
again,
but I
if
think
the
it'll be a good week.
LP doesn't go my way. That cornhole meeting.
Yeah, but to say, I was gonna ask you that, but I didn't want to like put it out in the air. Are
No,
we
it's-
going? Are we going if we fail? Are you going to the football game if we fail? If you don't go to the cornhole?
No, I'll go to cornhole either way. I'm
Okay.
just saying my performance might be down. I mean,
I think
stadium
we're
pulse
fine.
might get to me.
I think we're fine. I think if we just believe in ourselves, take care of business, we got this. I mean, at the end of the day, you get a 30 out of 40. That's as good as a 40 out of 40.
I know.
No one's good-
30's
no one-
amazing. 29 is oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I think that's the way we look at it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Great episode. We're a little long, but I mean,
Okay, if
we
can
talked
keep
about a
it
lot
under
of
an
things.
hour,
Yeah,
I mean,
keep it under an hour there. Hopefully, if I finish this up in like 14 seconds.
Yeah, you got that.
Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed episode 3 where we covered a little bit of everything. Hopefully, we're back next Friday. I don't know if we will be with whole scheduling things and everything, but hope to be back next Friday. And if we're not back then we'll 100% be back the following week, if not sometime the following next week. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and the rest of your day when you're listening to this.